Thank you so much, Dr. Anmeas, for that wonderful presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last presentation of the conference, which basically means you're almost coming to the end of the history you've just made. At this particular point, I would like to thank the sponsors who have made this possible. This is the very first conference of the kind we're having in Africa, and them trusting this vision, trusting our objectives, trusting our initiative is a very, very huge show of trust. The sponsors I would like to thank Genco Bioworks. I would like to thank EBRC, which is Engineering Biology Research Consortium, the US Army Combat Capabilities Development Command, which is abbreviated as DEVCOM, the Nuclear Threat Initiative, the US Office of Naval Research Global, and Inkaba Biotech. Thank you very much for doing all you've done to ensure that we've convened here, both physically and online, and that we've been able to share all the ideas you've shared throughout the duration of the conference. I would like to thank the various presenters right here from the very first day to the very last one we've just listened from, Dr. Ann Meyers. Thank you very much for sparing your time to come and share your experiences with us, to contribute to the thought process, the development of synthetic biology in Africa. I would like to thank the Synbio Africa ambassadors for spreading the gospel about synthetic biology and for also mobilizing for this conference. I would like to thank the emerging leaders who have come from about 15 countries of Africa. You know how stressful it is to travel in the current situation of the pandemic, but they've withstood having their noses poked at every entry point just so as they join us to make these discussions possible. The presentations, as we've heard them right away from day one, will be available on our YouTube channel, Synbio Africa, in about a week's time. So you shall sequentially share all these presentations on our YouTube. So in case there's any you enjoyed or you had, you have questions about all these things, you have a chance to watch the presentations, reach out to the presenters, and have all your questions answered. For the physical participants, a number of photos have been taken here, and they are very beautiful photos, very beautiful memories. All those will also be availed to your emails in the form of a link so that you can download your photos. And then I would like to encourage us to keep up with Synbio Africa so that we monitor how far what we've discussed is implemented. So you can follow Synbio Africa on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel to keep up with developments in the field of synthetic biology in Africa.
Okay, thank you so much for that. I don't know if it's just me. I hope we know that we are now at the end of this conference. I don't know if it's just me feeling this slight bit of sadness to see this coming to an end. I've been very privileged to see all of you, to stand in front of you, and I'm very happy that you welcomed me and Ian and gave us this opportunity to take you through the very first inaugural International Synthetic Biology and Biosecurity Conference in Africa. I appreciate all of you. I will always appreciate all of you. Ian is saying you should clap for yourselves. You guys have been great. You have helped us make this conference a success. And I don't know. I'm just happy. I'm too happy right now and also too sad. I don't know if that can happen, being sad and happy at the same time, but that's what I feel right now. And I just hope that everything that we have heard from all the 3 days of this conference has been taken to heart and is going to be implemented. And we're going to see us back again in the same room soon. And let's just not forget, of course, Ian mentioned our sponsors. We have one of our sponsors with a table at the back, do not hesitate to reach out to them. That's Inaugural Biotech. Ensure that you get to the table, find out more about their work. They may be helpful back in your labs in your home countries. So Ian, I think you still have some more stuff to tell us.
There are evaluation forms going around, so basically they're for you to give us feedback so that the next time we are convening you, we are having a much, much better experience for all of us. And just a few resolutions that we could take home with us from the conference. One is that synthetic biology is really product-driven research. From the presentations we've had, the idea pitches and all these things, the minister's speech, the guest of honor who opened the conference up, product-driven research. So as we think on how we can advance this on the continent, let us think through what challenges we can solve, and how those solutions can be delivered. Also, you need to understand that successes follow success. What does that mean? That we encourage the biotech startup community in Africa. Those of us who have been able to listen in this conference need to be bold enough and willing to walk that path so that we are able to set up these startup companies and actually achieve success. Once one, when it's just one, either if it's Mukele or Milk X or the Colossal Minds team, whichever company is able to get to that point, it will pave way and make it much easier for the other companies to walk the same journey. And lastly, we need to keep constantly communicating synthetic biology to whoever cares to listen. Could be our parents, could be our siblings, could be the policymakers, could be non-scientists, whoever cares to listen. We need to keep communicating synthetic biology to have as many champions as possible. Otherwise, I thank you once again. And I think if Ivy, there's nothing else, we can call the conference to an end.
Okay, so as we prepare to officially end the conference, our sound people, let's just have a few background songs. Can I call them that? Let's fill up those conference evaluation sheets and we shall tell you the program from then. Great. Okay, good. Okay, so as we fill out those forms, I'd like to take you through the schedule of how our closing ceremony is going to be like. We are going to have some remarks from a representative from the international community that is here. Then we shall have remarks from the chairperson of the organizing committee. Then we shall have remarks from the chairperson executive committee, Synbio Africa. And finally, we shall have the final closing speech by our CEO, Geoffrey Otim. So I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome Stephen Mukuze. He will be giving the remarks for the international community represented here today. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. So firstly, I just want to thank the sponsors who managed to make this event possible. I also want to thank the Synbio organizing committee and for the fellows, the ambassadors, and everyone who's here at this event. So yeah, generally, I'm very happy that the organizing committee managed to make this event happen. I'm very thankful to Geoffrey and especially the organizing team here in Uganda. These guys did a very good job welcoming us and making sure that us, the international community, were taken care of during this event. And now that we're leaving, they're still working hard, behind the scenes, making sure that we have a pleasant time. So I just want to thank them for that. And I hope that in the next conferences, we will be able to continue working with them in the same manner. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you so much, Stephen. We shall hopefully ensure that whatever you've talked about comes into fruition. So as we prepare to listen to our chairperson organizing committee, for this conference. Let's just I'll have one of my members from Synbio Africa just collect the sheets from the different tables. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so let's listen. Harry, by the way, was our chairperson, organizing committee. So let's take this time to listen to what he has to tell us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ivy. All too soon, we have, I think we are almost drawing to the close of the first inaugural, and also I decided to describe it as history in the making, because this is the first time something of this kind is being organized on the continent with respect to synthetic biology. Sorry. And I think over the course of the past 2 to 3 days, we've heard from amazing speakers, not only from the diaspora, but also people who are doing amazing stuffs on the continent, who necessarily may not be Africans. I think all of these things are important to building the right framework, not only just that, but creating capacity and also helping transition and provide what it takes to enable synthetic biology on the continent. From a personal point of view, I think I may be biased though, but I think it's worth saying that this conference in itself was a success, despite the challenges of the times in which we find ourselves. We have been able to bring people together from their various destinations to Kampala to have a discourse on synthetic biology and how we can benefit from it as Africans. And for me, this is just the first step in realizing the full potentials of what the technology can do for us and where we stand to benefit from it. I was also personally enthused to see that majority of the people who participated in this conference are young people like myself who have a dream, not just any dream, but an African dream, to see that every part of this continent benefit from this technology because of how it is benefiting other economies. I want to say that whatever we have started here will be meaningless if we do not make any commitment to ourselves here today before we leave. I think the commitment is what is going to hold us really accountable when we have the chance to meet in the near future, because I believe that the same faces you are seeing here, that there's 100% chance that you're going to see that person. And when you do get the chance, make sure to tell that person what you have done to ensure that the gospel, as we call it, of synthetic biology is still being propagated. And we are seeing to the fact that we are going to make use of it and benefit from the technology as a continent. We would be reaching out, I believe, to the community to see how best we can replicate a similar conference moving forward, hopefully next year. But then I wouldn't want to say much. Since I happen to be the person who chaired the last session, I think it's only important that I say some few words and not say much, because the founder of this very beautiful initiative is still here, and definitely he's going to touch on some key things that we'll be doing moving forward. But like I said, from my perspective, I think we have done a good job, and we all deserve a very huge applause. And if you can do me that honor by just applauding yourselves and the organizers of this conference, please, let's do that. I'm speechless now, and I can only say thank you, and it's been great having these great conversations with all of us these past few days. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Harry, for that. Harry has been really integral in ensuring that this conference is the success that it is today. So we thank you so much for leading us till this day. I don't know about you. Well, I'm still feeling the sadness coming in, but I don't want to rush this program because of that, actually. But I'd like to take this opportunity now to call up our chairperson, Synbio Africa. She has been amazing through this process. We love her. We appreciate you, Sandra, and we give you the biggest kudos to ensuring that this venture that was just a small idea at the start came to be today. So let's welcome Sandra Matinyi, our chairperson, Executive Committee Synbio Africa.
Thank you so much, Ivy, for inviting me here and giving me an opportunity to speak to such a great group of people. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you're logged on from. I would like to take this opportunity to give a vote of thanks generally. But maybe before I do that, I should say that as Synbio Africa, we are really so honored. We are really so happy that you decided to leave everything else that you had to do and found this befit to come and be with us for the 3 days that we've been here, or be online with us and follow the different discussions that we've been having for the past 3 days. Dr. Stephen Opio gave us the story of how Synbio Africa has come from wherever it was to where we are now. I don't want to really go through that yet again. But basically from that story, I hope as the young generation of the African continent, we can see that there is really much that we can do only if we can commit to doing it. In this room, and for those who are logged in from elsewhere, I believe we have an opportunity to identify and raise leaders among the young people who are here. And I'm so glad that many of us in this seated here, we at least have a group of people whom we have taken under us, and we are seeing how we can support the initiatives that come up, the ideas that they have, to see that these ideas fruit. So I would like to call upon all of us in this room and those who are seeing us from elsewhere. I want to believe that as we are here, we are raising leaders. We are leaders, and so it's only right that we continually do the work that the leaders have to do, and that is give the direction to the people who believe in us, and they can be able to see tomorrow through us. It's only by then that they can stay the course. It's only with that that you can give them the confidence to believe that they have the power within them to change the things that are not going right within their communities. And basically at Synbio Africa, Sandra Matinyi, I got an opportunity to be that person. I call it an opportunity because it has given me so much. I have had an opportunity to work with so many young people with so many great ideas, and no wonder I believe the future is really bright. We've all been here because of the efforts of these young, energetic people. They are so young. They have a lot of positive energy in them. I know sometimes things get hard, but with the right leadership, they are always willing to go that extra mile. And indeed, they did that to deliver this conference to us. So with that, I would like us to give a hand clap to the organizing committee of this conference. I would like to take this opportunity to appreciate the government of Uganda, the different ministries and what they have been doing. During such a time, it's hard for people to be able to convene as we have done, but with the proper communication that has been established with the government and the different people responsible for ensuring that we are all safe, we managed to be given an opportunity to convene as we've done. And it did not just stop there, but we were honored with the presence of the Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation of the Republic of Uganda, none other than Honorable Monica Musenero. And for those who were here, you can realize that the discussions that we had, the speech that she gave is a speech that gives us hope that indeed things in the field of research, in the field of, looking at innovations in the various sectors will indeed have the priority of our leaders as a country. So I want us to give them a hand clap for that. And of course, I want to thank the attendees of the conference. This conference wouldn't have been anything without you. And we are really so grateful that you left whatever you were doing and decided to come to Kampala. We hope you indeed enjoyed Kampala. And for those who are logged in from elsewhere, we truly, truly appreciate your time. Please give yourselves a hand clap. I would like to conclude my vote of thanks by giving a special thanks to the different organizations that have supported us to make this conference a reality. Our sponsors, we are so grateful. We thank you so much for all the opportunities that you gave us, the funding, the different resources, including your time. We had a lot of engagements with you. You had a lot of guidance that you gave us on how we would make this indeed happen. And we can say that your efforts, the resources that you gave, haven't gone to waste. And also, I believe that beyond the conference, whatever this conference has delivered, we shall be able to see the fruits of the discussions that we've had here. And for that, I would like to still call upon the attendees here to give a big hand clap to our sponsors. Thank you so much. I cannot end this without applauding and really thanking the Synbio Africa core team for everything that you've done, for the, you've been on voluntary service for all this time, but every other time I get amazed at the energies that you put in this, at how you're so responsive every time there is need for your input in anything. And me, as your chairperson, I want to put it to you that I really do not take that for granted. And I am so appreciative because you don't make my life that hard. I really so much enjoy working with you all. Thank you so much, our service providers, and all other people whom I may have not mentioned. The hotel where we are, I think we've had a good time. We thank them. And we hope that the relationships that we've forged will continue beyond this conference. I would go on and talk, appreciate the different people. If you asked me to say a story about Synbio Africa, I have so much that I can say. But I think we can do that another time. For now, I would like to stop there. But I have one call to action to all of us. I hope we don't end up as conference attendees the way our minister talked about, the guest of honor talked about always attending conferences from one to the other and nothing happens. So this is a call to action. Beyond this conference, there is a lot we can do. And we should look at ourselves as one. And whatever we do, let's do it with our eyes focused on Africa as a whole. If we make Africa better, everyone else will want to relate with us, and we will surely enjoy living in Africa while we have collaborations with everyone else. Thank you so much. I'll stop there for now. And for those, I wish you the very best on all your endeavors and safe travels to those who are traveling. See you another time.
Thank you very much. The Chairperson, Executive Committee, Sandra Matinyi. Until now, I didn't know my co-host was very emotional. She's crying somewhere in the corner. She's going to miss all of you guys. I hope you'll miss her as well. You'll miss us as well. It has been great being your hosts. At this point in time, I would like to invite the very last remarks from the CEO and founder of Synbio Africa, who, after giving his remarks, will also have the privilege to officially close the conference. Mr. Otim.
Okay, a lot has been said, and as you know, everything has the beginning and the end. So the same way, we have come to the closer of this conference. I would like to join my colleagues in giving my vote of thanks to different people who have, collaborated to make this a success. I would like to start by thanking all of you, the audience, the people in the audience who sacrificed their time and their energy to come and attend this conference. We are very grateful for your participation, and we hope that in the subsequent conference you will still turn up to give us support. I also want to thank our great speakers. I'm sure you saw the great speakers that gave their insights during the conference. The lineup was amazing, and I'm sure you have got some key message to take back home and or how to follow up to see that you also make an impact after the conference. So I would like to thank our speakers, those who are here in person and those who joined virtually. I would like to thank all of you for giving us that opportunity to utilize your potential to give knowledge to our young generation. We would like to thank you so much for that. And then this conference would not be possible without the support from our sponsors. I would like to specifically highlight a number of sponsors that made this possible. We have U.S. Office of Naval Research Global. They are the key sponsors of this event. It took us quite a very long time to get the support because a lot of process has to be completed. So we thank them for giving us the opportunity to have this conference take place because it has been on since 2019. We have been trying, but at least this year we managed to make it. So I also want to thank Nuclear Threat Initiative. They have also supported us immensely. We would like to recognize all our sponsors. Ginkgo Bioworks did a tremendous work. They have managed to support about 16 African scientists, young scientists, to sponsor them to come and attend this conference in person. And these people managed to come, spare their time to come and attend this conference. We are so grateful for Ginkgo Bioworks, what they have done for us. We shall always remember. We also want to thank Inkaba Biotech, the only biotech company in Africa who supported us. And they have been with us from day one up to today. They are still there. We thank you for the support you have given to us. I also want to thank Engineering Biology Research Consortium based in US. They also supported a few of our participants here. to come and attend the conference. So we thank you very much. And then lastly, we have been hearing about IGM. So IGM also supported us by sponsoring a few IGM ambassadors to come and attend the conference in person. So a few of them, you have seen them around. Others could not come, but they were, given the opportunity also to join virtually. I would like to let you know that this conference, which I can now say it is a success, was organized by the young scientist from Uganda. And I would like to take this time to introduce to you these people who are behind this conference, which has gone viral. So at this point, I would like to invite all the conference organizing committee members to come in front. You see them. These people, they are the people you have been seeing them around you here. They are the ones who made this conference a success. I would like to invite all of you, come in front, they see you, and then, we get the motivation that the young scientists can also do great wonders. So come in front. Yeah, the people you are seeing coming, these are the people who organize this conference. They are not professors, they are not lecturers, they don't have PhD. We have only one PhD holder in this group. But these are the people who made the conference a success. Yeah, so these are the people presented in front of you, and they worked day in, day out to make sure that we have this conference. We had several meetings, we had several assignments, and sometimes we could sleep past midnight just because we wanted this conference to be held and successfully, and it has happened. So I would like to thank all of you for sparing your brain power, your time, and the commitment you have shown, and it has yielded. I'd like to thank you all. Join me by, giving them a vote of thanks and, clapping for them. Yeah, so I think at this point, I may not say much about them, but you have been interacting with them. But you can still reach out to them and, have one-on-one with them, or you get their contact for further, networking. Okay, I want to conclude by thanking our service providers. The hotel has provided has the venue. I'm sure you enjoyed the environment. Especially, I also want to thank the videography team. Yeah, the quality of the service you have provided is commendable. I thank you for that. And I would like to also thank the Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation, for coming to support us. Dr. Monica Musenero has been affiliated to Synbio Africa right from the beginning when we started IGM Makerere University team. I remember in 2018 when we won the OT2 pipetting robot. She was the one who launched it officially. So she has been part of us from the beginning. That's why this time she still continued to support us to come and give the opening remarks. So I thank the Ministry of Science, Technology for that. So what next after the conference? As you have been hearing the presentations that they have been putting forward. So this conference, we would like it to be a recurring conference every year. And immediately after this, we are going to embark on starting another journey of having it take place again next year. So we might consider having it in another country. We are still going to decide that. But we can assure you we are going to have it next year, and it will be bigger and better. As as the main goal of the conference was to officially launch Synbio Africa, we already have our plan and we already have our proposal ongoing. We would like to establish a center of excellence in synthetic biology research, education, and biosecurity. And after that, we hope to have our hubs in different African countries. The good thing, we have already created a bigger network. We already have our ambassadors. We already created another bigger network of fellows in Africa fellows. So these are the network that we are going to use, to create awareness about synthetic biology across Africa, and then reach out to policymakers, and I have a dialogue with them so that the policy which is lacking in most of the African countries can be put in place so that we can exploit our potential. So to the fellows, we are grateful that you managed to come, and we promise that we are still going to continue engaging with you after the conference, and the follow-up meeting we plan to organize in the next 6 months to follow up on what transpired here and what next we can do to make it better next year. So a lot has been said, and some of them I'm just repeating. So I would like to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming to support us. Come again next year in big numbers. We promise this will create an impact in the entire African continent. So together we can make this a success. I would like to end my talk by inviting all of us again today to have a group photo so that we can always remember what transpired here. And then when we go back home there, we can still keep in touch and have ideas that we have shared here implemented. So at this time, I would like to invite all of us to come in front here for a group photo. And then after the group photo, I'm declaring the conference officially closed. Thank you.